What's up, credit family? It's your boy, Mr. Credit Banking, and I am back again with another video. In today's video, we're going to discuss how I was able to increase my available credit with Navy Federal Credit Union from $1,000, guys, 2 years ago to $40,000 as of today, as of the making of this video. So before we get started, guys, I want you to smash that subscribe button, slap that like button. Let's get started. So guys, so how did I increase my available credit with Navy Federal Credit Union from $1,000 to $40,000 in 2 years? 2 years, guys, 24 months. So I'm gonna kind of go over with you guys my kind of step-by-step, my blueprint and how I did this in 2 years. In fact, it took me exactly 2 years to increase my available credit. And guys, I know for some of you guys it's probably not a big deal. You guys probably have way more than $40,000 in available credit from Navy Federal. But once I kind of give you guys the backstory and what it took for me to get here, I'm hoping that this information will help everybody. Yeah. So I don't have perfect credits, and as of the making of this video, I have over $100,000 in available credit. And I have, specifically with Navy Federal, I have $40,000 of available credits, and I have bad credit, guys. And this video is really for the people who have bad credit and probably frustrated and thinking that they can't get credit limit increases. You can, and this is how I did it, how I was able to increase my credit limits, my available credit from Navy Federal from $1,000 to $40,000 in 2 years / 24 months. So I know that for credit unions, they're really big on relationship banking, and that's my overall strategy with any bank or credit union that I deal with. Is I build a relationship with them as quickly as possible. So what does that mean? So I try to use almost all of their financial tools that the bank has, because the bank sees you as a good customer if you're using their financial tools that they have, and not just a person who is trying to get credit cards from them with the highest possible limit. I come in there to that bank or credit union, and I just start using whatever financial tools that they have. So I build that relationship with them, and that's what I did with Navy Federal over the past 2 years. So when I started out with Navy Federal 2 years ago, my credit was bad. So I want to draw a picture for you guys. I had a BK that was on my credit 2 years ago, and still is on my credit as of today. I probably have maybe 13 or 15 inquiries back then, so that's really bad. And I also had 31 late payments on my credit back then, but that didn't deter me. One thing that I didn't know, that those things, as bad as they are, you can replace them with good information, good data points on your credit profile. So it's not the end of the world to have those things on your credit report. And so I started at that, building that relationship with Navy Federal 2 years ago. And the first thing that I did, obviously by joining Navy Federal, after I did that, I opened up a checking and savings account with Navy Federal. So I opened up the free checking and savings account with Navy Federal 2 years ago. And then I waited about a month or two, I don't remember exactly, and I applied for one of their credit cards. But before I actually applied, I went to the pre-qualification tool to see which credit cards that I pre-qualified for, because I knew my credit was bad and the odds of me getting approved were probably pretty low. But I used the pre-qualification tool, and to my surprise, that I actually pre-qualified for all of them, which I was surprised. Anyways, but from doing my research, which I think is very, very important, guys. So, and that's something I would advise you: don't just watch my video and go out and try the stuff that I've tried. Go do your research. This is what worked for me. Doesn't mean that it's going to work for you too, but it's very, very important that you do your research and make sure you find the things that are going to work for you. So, like I was saying, I used a pre-qualification tool. I did pre-qualify for all of their unsecured credit cards, but I did my research, and from doing my research, the feedback that I got was the easiest card to get to actually get was the the cash rewards card. So that's the card that I actually applied for after I pre-qualified, and I did get it. I was surprised that I did get it. And I got it for a credit limit of $1,000. And I know most people are gonna look at that card and go like, "Oh, that kind of sucks." Um, you know, like it's only $1,000 credit limit. But for me, I thought it was a great thing. Honest to God, I thought it was a great thing. I've gone in other forums and see people complain about Navy Federal only giving them a $1,000 credit limit on that first card with them, and for me, it did not bother me. I was happy because I knew what my credit profile looked like, and Navy Federal still took a chance with me and gave me a $1,000 credit limit, and I know that I could use that $1,000 to bill. I would bill on that $1,000 credit limit, and I knew that I can get it higher than that $1,000 credit limit. So I started using that card, and another thing that I know that the banks want to see that you're using that card. People want that $25,000, that $50,000, that $80,000, $100,000 credit limit, but they're not using the card. They're just getting cards, and for them, it's just a status thing. For me, it's a tool that I'm going to use to improve my credit profile and my financial status. So I got the card. I started using that credit. Anything that I could pay with a credit card, I started using that card to pay whatever bills that I have. And obviously that $1,000 is not enough limit to pay all of the bills that I have on a monthly basis. So what I did was I started doing credit cycling. And what that is that I would use the card, max it out, pay it off. Use it, max it out, pay it off, so I could run all of my bills through that card. And as you guys know, you can pay on your credit card multiple times a month, and it doesn't hurt you. And so I wasn't paying any interest. I was using that card, not paying any interest, getting cash back, and I was using more than the $1,000 credit limit that I had with that card from Navy Federal. So it did not limit me only having that $1,000 because I was using that credit card like my ATM. I had the cash in the bank, and so I would use it, max out, pay it off, use it, max out, pay it off, and at the end of the billing cycle, my that card would be back to zero. I was hiding my credit utilization, and I just kept doing that, using that card like crazy. So, I'm sure you guys know about the 91-3 rule. So when I hit, 91 days or 3 billing statements, just after that, I applied for another credit limit increase, and I did get a credit limit increase. So they increased my credit limit from $1,000 to $2,000, which I was quite happy with, because that told me that I was going in the right direction, and I was building that relationship with Navy Federal that they like. And then 6 months later, I applied for another credit limit increase, and Navy Federal gave me a credit limit increase. They increased my credit limit to $5,000. And once again, that reinforced that I was doing the right thing. So far I've gone from $1,000 to now $5,000 6 months later. So a year later, I applied for another credit limit increase, and Navy Federal increased my credit limit from $5,000 to $13,000, and that one kind of surprised me, the huge jump. So I was quite happy with that, and that told me that I was once again doing the right thing. I was building that good relationship with Navy Federal. And at the same time, when I applied for that credit limit increase, I also applied for my second card with Navy Federal, and they gave me a credit limit of $13,000. So I have a card that's at the year mark. I have 2 cards with limits of $13,000. One that I had for a year, and one of the second card I applied for also $13,000. So moving on to a year, about 5 months, I converted, because I'm still trying to build that relationship with Navy Federal. I converted that free checking that I had to the flagship checking account, because I heard Navy Federal looks positively on having that flagship checking account. So I went from the free checking to the flagship checking account. And then also I added, about a year and 7 months, I added some CD accounts. I added the Save First account, and I'm gonna put it up on the screen right here so you guys can see what they look like. So I added a Save First account, and I also added a easy start certificate, these CDs. And once again, these are more data points for Navy Federal to see that, hey, this guy is actually using a lot of the financial tools that we have, and he's not just here to get credit cards. So anyway, so I've added those two things to my profile for my internal score. So Navy Federal's seeing that, hey, this guy is really using a lot of our financial tools. This is a good guy where we want to reward. So then exactly 2 years later, I applied for two credit limit increase at the same time. So keep in mind, guys, 2 years into it, I have two credit cards from Navy Federal. Both of them are at $13,000. And that same day, I applied for two credit limit increase. And I applied for my credit limit to be now $20,000 on both of the cards that I have. And I know that people are probably thinking, hey, they're not going to approve both of them at the same time. They did. I literally applied for the credit limit increase back to back on the same day, both for $20,000. And I know that some people may put some comments down below and said, hey, why didn't you apply for the maximum? For the two cards that I had, the maximum would have been $50,000. Why didn't you apply for $50,000 and let them counter with, what they're going to give you? I didn't want to do that. When I've done that in the past, it takes a couple of days, and I'm a very impatient guy. So I applied for credit limit increase that I felt that I could get without somebody having to review it or whatever. And when I applied on the app, I instantly got the credit limit increase. I applied for $20,000 for my new credit limit on both of the cards, and boom, it instantly came back approved. So 2 years, I was able to go from $1,000 available credit with Navy Federal to $40,000. I personally feel that's pretty good, considering that I have some derogatory things on my credit profile, but I don't think those things, really mattered that much, because over time I was replacing them with other positive stuff, paying my bills on time, no late payments. Navy Federal has been increasing my credit, my available credit, and I was continuing to pay my bills on time. So all of this positive stuff was showing up on my credit profile, and I was using Navy Federal's product, and they can see that also. And I'm paying all my other bills outside of Navy Federal, all my other credit cards outside of Navy Federal. Those are being paid on time. So my credit profile is just looking better and better and better. And so that's why I feel that Navy Federal took that chance with me. Although I have, some negative stuff, they still gave me, that available credit of $40,000. And just some additional information. Every time I apply for a credit limit increase, they've all been soft pull, and I did them on the app. So guys, let me know what you think. Did you learn something today? Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about my strategy. If you have a different strategy other than mine to increase your credit limit in such a quick time, leave a comment down below. If you learned something today, leave a comment down below. Please like, subscribe to my YouTube channel. If the subscribe button down below is red, hit that button, make it turn another color other than red. That's all I have for you guys today. Mr. Credit Banking out. Peace.